Welcome back to the Pease podcast, the show where we delve into the captivating world of Lytton local legends. I'm your host, Joan Pease, and I proudly serve as your state member for Lytton. In this podcast, we celebrate the rich tapestry of our community by highlighting the extraordinary stories, individuals and businesses and community groups that make Lytton a truly special place to call home. From historic figures to contemporary heroes, we'll explore the diverse talents and remarkable achievements that have shaped Lytton's identity. Each episode, we uncover the untold tales and remarkable contributions of those who've had a positive impact to our beautiful Bayside. In today's episode, I'm really thrilled to have a fascinating guest with us, Owen Johnston. So Owen is from the Bayside Community Fund, and we'll hear all about that in a moment. So sit back, relax and join us as we embark on this exciting adventure of celebrating Lytton's local legends. Let's dive deep into history, inspiration and the stories that unite us as a community. Welcome to the Pease podcast.
Joan Pease, yes please. Joan Pease, yes please. Joan Pease, yes please. Joan Pease.
So Owen, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Joan. I'm not sure I qualify yet as a local legend. I've only been here 35 years.
Nearly. You nearly qualify. But we're here today to talk about the Bayside Community Fund, which is a new player in that community space and fundraising or charitable space. Tell us a little bit about the Bayside Community Fund.
Sure. Well, I think you're responsible for this, Joan. You saw that there was a thing called the Queensland Community Foundation, and this is other places having these funds, and you thought, well, why shouldn't the Bayside have one? Which was a great idea. Now, the Queensland Community Foundation was started in 1999 with $300,000 from the state government. There's now $130 million under management, so in that time it's grown that much. It's a unique model. The idea at the time was that we couldn't rely on the taxpayer forever to be funding communities. We should look to broaden the pool, get the private sector involved. The model is that people that make a donation to this fund, the money's there forever. It's a perpetual fund. It's invested, and then the interest earned on that money is then used for grant programs all over the state. Now, there's about 200 odd sub-funds of the Queensland Community Foundation, and we're one. The Bayside Community Fund is a sub-fund. And there are other regional sub-funds in Toowoomba, the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Townsville, all over Queensland. Plus there are dedicated funds, towards cancer research and specific funds. So the money is all pooled and invested with the advice of the Queensland Investment Corporation. Now, the Queensland Investment Corporation has the kind of heft of a wedge fund, really. It's got $1 billion under management, so it's a major player. It gives you access to income returns that you wouldn't, as a retail investor, be able to do, as a mum and dad investor. So the money is then also managed by the public trustee. So the governance issues, if someone makes a donation to any of these funds, it's about as safe as you can get and about as well managed as you can get using those two bodies. And every year the public trustee declares a dividend from that investment, and it's allocated according to the size of each of the funds, and then those funds will run a grants program and give grants back to the community. And this, the reach is enormous. It could be anything from a new fridge for the soccer club to some costumes for the local theatre group, or all the kinds of things that people would have to be putting their hand in their pocket for otherwise, and which glue a community together. Mm-hmm. Now, it's a very long game. It'll take us a long time to get the fund to a size where the grant program is going to be really significant. So we're in this for the long haul. We're hoping to raise, 20 to 30,000 per year going forward. But in 10 years' time, we'll have a substantial fund, where the interest earned on that can be spent every year within the community. And the bounds of it are your electorate, the electorate of Lytton, and that pretty much encompasses the Bayside. I don't think we'll be getting too many applications from some of the islands.
No, they're not in the Lytton electorate to start with.
Yeah,
no, St Helena, yes.
But, yeah, so that's it in a nutshell.
It's amazing, isn't it? Last week in Parliament we did a condolence motion for Mike Ahern, and he was one of the founders with another family member, a local man, and it was formed because of, as you said, creating an opportunity for communities to look after communities.
Yes.
And for people that reside within communities to leave a legacy. So great opportunity to leave something in your will and update your will. I've actually gone and done that. I've updated my will so that when I pass away, money will go to the Bayside Community Fund. And it's what happens with that is the public trustee oversee that distribution of the monies that I've left in my will to the Bayside Community Fund.
Yeah, and look, if there's anyone out there who wants to make a donation, you can go to our website and you'll find that there's a link there through to template will clauses. So speak to your lawyer, your financial advisor if you want to do that. And all you have to do is go to our website.
And it's really great because you operate down here. Whilst I was instrumental in getting this up and going, I've stepped away from it because I think it's too important for it to be about a sitting member of Parliament. This is something for the community.
Absolutely. It's for all colours of politics, Joan.
Absolutely, I agree, because that's what this is for. It is for the people and community of Bayside. So what's happened is you've gone out and created a board that oversee, of which I'm not part of. And how does that work for you?
Well, we're an incorporated association and we've got a management committee or a board made up entirely of local residents or people who are heavily invested in the community. So we've got a spread of skills on that. A very high energy, very hard-working board, all doing it for nothing. Nobody's getting paid here. And, we've got some significant skill. Our president is Mike Sarquis, who was the chief executive of the Office of Liquor and Gaming Authority, so he keeps us all on the straight and narrow. We've also got on the board Damien Lugg, who is the publisher of the Community Leader, the local newspaper, who also publishes a Redlands version as well of the Community Leader. So that allows us to kind of get in touch, speak to the community, in a way that we wouldn't otherwise do. That's a very useful skill. We have Charles and Tracy Older on the board. They set up Rural Aid and they've got dozens of years of experience in charities and charity work and bit of an IT guru there as well. We've also got Natasha Hopner from Griffith University, young person, IT guru as well. John Vandermatt, who was the former Commodore of the Winnemanley Yacht Club, so he knows that community really well. We've got Janet Sarquis as our secretary, and Anna Roberts, who's a recent addition to the board. And Lauren O'Brien, who is the small business lawyer based in Tingalpa, who provides legal advice to us and, is ideally situated looking after small business.
And I know that Tracy Lucock used to be on the board and was one of the founding members.
That's right. Yeah, Tracy, as you know, has now moved to Wynnum Fringe, and helping to, look after the sponsors of that dynamic event. Tracy's was very instrumental, and her business partner of Celebrate for a Cause, Cara Valens, in setting up the Bayside Community Fund. So we've still got a close relationship with Tracy, working with her at the moment, actually.
Because they've got a big event coming up, haven't they?
They do, yes. The Wynnum Fringe have been kind enough to make the Bayside Community Fund a partner in their Community Day, where $1 from each ticket on Wynnum Fringe will go towards the Bayside Community Fund. That's
fantastic, isn't it? And that's what it's all about, is community working together to make sure that there's financial opportunity into the future. And I kind of see that this phase is an accumulation phase for you.
It's like a pension fund.
That's right, it is. And what about you? What experience do you bring to the table?
I worked in the screen industry for 40 years, so I'm now happily retired and not chained to that wheel anymore. So I held executive positions at the Australian Film Commission and Screen Producers Australia, which is the employer body of all of the film and television producers in Australia. In those roles, I did a lot of industrial negotiation, and I also ran the events section. So we ran major events, the screen industry's biggest conference and market, over 1,000 delegates a year. It's been running for 30 odd years. I ran that for a time. So.
Yes, no, all of you bring great things to the table with the board, so I know that it's in very good hands. And you've been really successful in gaining some good sponsorship already.
Yes, we have, and we're very grateful to the locals. I think the Ham Brothers, Justin Ham and the Ham Brothers kicked it all off. It was our first donation, so we're very grateful to them. Celebrate for a Cause then came in and ran an event last year, and they're running another event coming up very soon, where they gave us a significant donation. The community leader has been a donor to us. We've had a number of small businesses, Sunny Jim, Sash and Gable. I apologise for any that I've left out, who've given us some money, and the Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron also gave us a large donation.
Right back at the beginning, they were very supportive.
They were, yeah.
And it's really great. Over at Sunny Jim, I know last year for Christmas wrapping, any gold coin donation, they raised funds and donated that to the community.
Great
fund.
idea. Yeah. So.
Really great. No, it's been a really exciting time. So, what events have you run so far with the fund? Yes,
well, the idea for us to build the fund, we realised that we can't do it all through donations. The community's only so big, so we're going to run events, and we want to run events that are of value to the community. We could see that there was no real dog event here, and if you go down into what some have referred as the doggy superhighway, which is the Esplanade, and see people walking their dogs, there seemed to be a demand for that. So we ran an event in May called Pups in the Park, which we're going to make an annual event. We had about 2,000 people come to that, hundreds of dogs. I lost count, just about every breed you could imagine. Only one of them had to be asked to leave. They were very well behaved.
Oh, good to hear.
And we did that in partnership with Guide Dogs Queensland and the Wynnum Bugs Rugby Club, and shared the proceeds with them. And so those kind of partnerships we're looking forward to doing in the future. At the moment, we're running the Bayside Community Awards. As you would be aware,
yes.
The Wynnum Herald used to run business awards back in the day. And so we felt that there was still a demand for that. There was an appetite for it, and we've been overwhelmed by the response. We've had 120 businesses nominated, over 7,000 votes and counting. And you've still got until the end of next week, folks. So go to our website, have a look at the businesses, and vote for your favourite business. And if you're running one of those businesses, this is really turning into a competition about how well you're able to mobilise your social media. So get that out to your community and get them voting for you. Votes close on the 26th, I think.
Yeah.
So, and then on November the 9th, at the Wynnum Leagues Club, we're holding a gala dinner, an awards night, with some special entertainment, which I can't reveal as yet.
And I hear that the Leagues Club have given you a little bit of sponsorship as well, a bit of support. That's great.
Yes, it's very kind of them.
Yeah, and that's what this is all about. Again, I know I've said this already, but the Bayside Community Fund is about supporting the community, and how better than us all coming together and working. So the Business Award night sounds like it's going to be a good night.
Yeah,
How many people have you got coming?
Well, it's over 200 and counting at the moment. I should mention the sponsors because they're important to us. We've got My Financial Design, and new sponsors come on board. The Wynnum Golf Club. Your good self, of course. Sarah Whitby, the Brisbane City Council Ward Councillor, has made a donation. The community leader, this small business lawyer, Lauren O'Brien, has come on board as well. So we've had tremendous support for it.
Oh no, it's great. I know firsthand how fantastic our local small businesses are. I'm really proud of the great work
And Wynnum Plaza,
they do.
I should add.
Oh, Wynnum Plaza.
Yes,
that's great to hear. I'm
so
really thrilled to hear that. That's really good. And we all, small business plays such a big part in each of our lives. It, quite often is our first job.
Yep.
It's quite often, they're always the first one to put their hands in their pocket to give a donation. So it's a great way for the community to support those small businesses by nominating them for the award, and also for the businesses to be acknowledged. Are there prizes? Are there financial? What are the prizes for the night? Are there financial prizes, or is it
there's a couple.
Recognition?
Well, it's recognition mostly at this stage, but we hope next year, given the response in a short time this year, that we'll attract more sponsors and then be able to provide bigger cash prizes. But yes, there are 2 cash prizes: the Bayside Business of the Year and the Best Newcomer. Sponsored by the Small Business Lawyer, and the Bayside Business of the Year sponsored by the Community Leader. I should also mention that there are awards for community service organisations, and there's an individual award for community service as well. And there's also a Best Customer Service Award. So, we're finding that this is where coffee shops have an unfair advantage. People go and see their favourite barista every day and develop these kind of relationships. It's a bit of a harder slog if you're in retail and don't see people that often. But so we have those awards as well.
Oh, it's a great opportunity to actually participate in something that will make it a bit of fun, have a bit of fun, but also along the way raise the profile, because I know that the Community Leader, as part of their sponsorship, are promoting all of the businesses that have been nominated. So it's basically a bit of advertising for the businesses, as well as all of the online.
Absolutely. And look, they're going to get an award they can put in their shop, and a certificate. And there's perhaps the best award. Being nominated is actually a victory already. You can use that on your social media, and if you're a winner, we'll be taking photographs on the night. Make sure you wear your best. So we'll be putting those out on social media.
So all of those things involved, there's a lot going on. It keeps you very busy.
Yeah, I thought I was retired, but I was mistaken.
Well, it's a lovely way
it's
to
your
be
fault,
able to, but it's a lovely way to actually get involved in the community, because
it is actually.
It's not a hard sell. Like, it's a good story to sell.
Yeah.
And
it is a beautiful place to live. We are blessed, And I've lived in London. I lived in Melbourne for 10 years. I've lived in Sydney. I'd live here before any of those places. It's beautiful.
And one of the loveliest things are the people that are here. We really do care about each other and want to help. So that's why this ability to have a legacy that people can leave behind into the future. So it's going to be there into the future for their kids and their kids' kids, and benefiting. Now, I understand, I know that you're running an accumulation phase at the moment, but in terms of the distribution of the funds.
Oh yeah, no, we gave out we had a little bit last year, which Babby was the recipient of.
Very good.
And we will be doing awards this year. We will be doing a grant this year. We don't know how much money we've got yet, because the Queensland Community Foundation haven't told us what our allocation is, but yes, we will.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So to be eligible, you have to be registered, don't you?
If you go to our website, you can see the eligibility requirements are on there. Yeah.
And the biggest thing is, of course, that it is bound by the boundaries of the Lytton electorate.
Yeah.
And so that's really great. And the awards night, you've got over couple of hundred people coming, so there's still tickets available?
So yes, still tickets available. It's I think the room expands to 400. So
there's still plenty of room for anyone that wants to come along?
Yeah, it'll be a great night. I mean, with 200 in that space, it's going off, And we've got some exciting raffle prizes as well.
That's good.
And a bit of entertainment. And just an opportunity for people to get together. There'll be tables, and we've had people buying them as tables as like a staff celebration, or to bring clients in.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah.
So Christmas party, early Christmas party. That's a very nice idea.
Yeah. And it's a great networking opportunity for people who work with local businesses.
Well, that's exactly right. It is a very valid way to connect with people that you might not necessarily have the opportunity to see.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, congratulations. I'm really thrilled with all the hard work that you're doing and look forward to some of the events coming up next year. And so you're going to do Pups in the Park again. Is there
Yes.
anything else in the...
Probably do that around May.
Mm-hmm.
Still looking for the window there. It depends on the football schedule, so we can get the venues. We'll certainly do the awards again, and that'll be towards the end of next year.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on another couple of events, which are, can't reveal it, but at this point, but we'll do soon. Yeah.
And the idea of partnering with other community organisations has been really successful for you as well, hasn't it?
It has, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to continue to do that, so that spread the love, share the benefits.
Absolutely. And look, I wanted to take the opportunity to thank all of the sponsors. And when we call them sponsors, for many of them, they've already made donations. So Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron, Justin Ham, and Community Leader of Fun Fu, they've also made a donation as well.
Fun Fu are going to be holding their celebration of Asian culture event again this year. They held it last year at the Moreton Bay Girls College, but this year they're moving to, I think, George Clayton Park.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and they have made us a recipient of monies raised on the day. So.
And I know Sash and Gable have also gotten on board as well.
They have, yes, indeed. They're going to be working with us on an event we're going to announce next week.
Oh, very good. Well, I won't twist your arm. You can save that all up for the big reveal next week.
Yeah.
Well, Owen, thank you very much for all you're doing with the Bayside Community Fund and the board. I know that you work hard and you spend a lot of time, invest a lot of time and energy into it. And the benefits will be for the community. That's the lovely thing. It's going to benefit long term the community.
Yeah.
So for many of these organisations, the other funds, sub-funds that are around, that have been operating for years, they have been supporting their specific eligibility clients fabulously. Like it's amazing some of the donations that have gone out. So BCF will get there.
It's a great model, to have the Queensland Investment Corporation investing the money, so you really know that it's as safe as houses and you're getting advantages that other investors don't. And then the public trustee to oversee the probity of it all. It's a very good model going forward. And, we've found that in other places there have been people who've left a bequest. They can do it in their own name, that doesn't have to necessarily, go into one of the funds. It's a great model for charities for the future.
It really is, because it means that people are making the donation can feel comfortable and secure, knowing that whatever they can contribute is going to be well looked after, and the governance and then distributed by an oversight body that is pretty sensational, like a public trustee, and then of course the QIC doing the investment. So Owen, congratulations. Hopefully next year we'll catch up with you this time next year, and we might have some good news about some more investment. More people have made donations and contributed to the fund.
I hope so. I hope I can fit in a bit of golf between now and then, Joe.
Maybe a golf day you need to do.
Yeah, well,
They're all the
I'll have to have a chat to them.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, Owen.
Okay, cheers.
Well, thanks for joining us for this captivating journey through one of Lytton's local legends. I hope that you've enjoyed yourself and listening to the conversation with Owen Johnston today, hearing about the Bayside Community Fund and all of the wonderful work that they do and will do into the future. I congratulate them on their great work they've done so far and thank them for their dedication to our beautiful Bayside community. So if you've loved this episode, make sure to subscribe to the Pease podcast so you never miss the opportunity to discover more about the captivating stories of the extraordinary individuals and community organisations that make Lytton the vibrant place that it is today. We'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions for future episodes, so feel free to reach out to us on either social media or through my website, because it's your engagement that keeps this podcast alive and thriving. Join us again next time as we continue our mission of celebrating the unsung heroes, the trailblazers and the fascinating stories that make Lytton a truly special place to call home. Until then, stay curious, stay inspired and keep celebrating the legends in our Bayside. This is Joan Pease, your host, signing off.